Why did not a single mainstream reporter cover this story? You have the senior scientist at CDC who's saying everything's fraudulent. We caused the autism epidemic. That's what he says. He says, every time I see a family with an autistic kid, I have great shame because we were at fault. That's a quote.
Yeah, hi, I'm Sarah Reardon from Nature magazine. I was wondering if, Mr. Kennedy, if you'd had any more discussions with the Trump administration about starting a vaccine commission?
No, I got called by the transition team on December 4th, and they asked me, they said that the administration wanted to reach out to me, the president wanted to reach out to me to see if I was willing to chair and populate a commission. And they wanted to make sure that before they made me an official offer that I was willing to accept it. I ended up talking with members of the transition team many times over the next month and trading documents about what the commission would look like. I was told that President-elect would call me over Christmas. He ended up calling me on January 4th. We talked for 20 minutes on the phone. He asked me to come in on January 10th to talk to him, and I spent an hour talking to him that day. He said he knew many people who he thought and who believed their children had been injured by vaccines, and he wanted to make sure we had the safest vaccines and that we had, a regulatory process with integrity. They instructed me at that time, members of the staff, to talk to the press about what we had said, which I did. Since then, and then, by the time an hour later, it had been walked back. I've been contacted 3 times by the administration since then, and they tell me that they're still going forward with a commission. I don't know what's going to happen, and I think what happens in the administration now is very obscure to anybody. But, all I can say is to tell you what the president told me. He specifically told me that he knew that the pharmaceutical industry was going to cause an uproar about this and was going to try to make them back down. And he said, I'm not going to back down. They tried during the campaign, and I didn't back down then, and I'm not going to back down. But I can't tell you what's going to happen. All I can tell you is I will be here fighting for this issue, whatever happens.
Yeah, hi. I'm Josh Mazur from Annapolis. Thank you for having this forum. My question really is for Mr. DeNiro. Sir, could you please discuss with us what happened when you announced the showing of vax at Tribeca? Could you discuss the role of the Immunization Action Committee? There was an article in The Guardian quoting Allison Singer that said the Immunization Action Committee sprang into action to suppress the movie. What is the Immunization Action Committee, and what did they do?
I don't know what it is. And that's something I never heard. I haven't heard. I'm curious about that too. I heard it was filmmakers, some filmmakers, and feeling that the film wasn't worthy in a way, but it must have had more. I'll look into that.
Rob Dew from Infowars.com. I have a 2-part question, I guess, for each of you. 350 organizations led by the American Academy of Pediatrics came out and wrote a letter to Mr. Trump saying they have unequivocal support for the current vaccine industry the way it's run now. They have total support. What kind of pushback, they haven't even created a commission yet. What kind of pushback do you expect in trying to lead something like this? And Mr. DeNiro, is this something you could get behind a vaccine safety commission led by President Trump?
First of all, I would say this again, but the 350, I think the AAP was the group that led that effort and got 350 health agencies to sign on. The studies that they cited in there were these studies, and I doubt if anybody actually read the studies, or very few of those people. But the idea, why would anybody not want a vaccine safety commission? That, I think, should be the question that everybody should ask. The commission would be, as President Trump envisioned, and me, it would be made up of Americans with the highest integrity, people who were household words, people who had not taken any position on this issue, just to look at the science. We need a debate on this. And for anybody to say that they're satisfied with the way that the vaccine program works today, where the vaccine program has paid out $3.3 billion to people who admittedly were injured, to say that that can't be improved on, that those children are just sacrifices for the greater good, that we can ask Americans to sacrifice their child so that some other child can remain free of measles, maybe sacrifice them to death. You know, there's not been a single child in this country that's died of measles in a decade, but there's been 69 children who have died from the measles vaccine and been compensated by the government. Is that acceptable? Is that what those 350 organizations think is acceptable? I don't think so. You know, if we had a commission, we'd look at the science. Science it's not subjective. It's not my opinion. It's objective. And the people that would staff that would populate that commission would be people that all of you would know. None of them, particularly not even scientists, but people who just say, wait a minute, this is either working or not, or we ought to be doing better. So, I don't see why anybody's scared of safer vaccines. Like, I'm not out to hurt the vaccine program. I want to help it. I just want good science. I've been working for good science for 33 years on every issue. I don't see how, anybody has a legitimate objection to having another set of eyes on the vaccine program.
I am only concerned about this. Trump, I don't care about. If he does the right thing, he does the right thing. I don't have to be connected with him. It's about this, period.
Today we call it bone broth, and for thousands of years our ancestors enjoyed its benefits before it became lost to our modern diets of processed junk. We are now introducing Caveman by InfoWarsLife.com, the ultimate in true paleo nutrition with bone broth, turmeric root, chaga mushroom, and 7 total primal superfoods in a single great tasting formula. Caveman. It's those people living in the wilds having to actually build civilization that are our superior ancestors, and we need to do everything we can to recapture that. Everyone knew that you used all the parts of the animal. You used the meat for sustenance, the fat for cooking, but you used the bones for strength. From the outside structure full of minerals and key cofactors to the marrow that produces the blood for the body, this is the engine of the life essence. I'm a long way from the caveman my ancestors were, but I'm sure as hell trying to get back to that essence that made us what we were, and this is a big part of it. I know you're going to want to check out Caveman Ultimate Paleo Formula for yourself at InfoWarsLife.com today.